Take a scroll through social media, and you'll notice something rather strange. Posters look similar, the logos feel recycled, and the faces seem distorted to perfection. But somewhere across the vast sea of artificial intelligence generated content, is there still the murmur of creative spirit? We asked 3 creatives their opinions of these flyers.
If you could describe the AI flyers that you see going around with one word, what word would you choose?
Trash. Absolute trash.
One word. Generic.
All the same. Everyone flyer looks the same. Like there's no individuality to it. The whole point of marketing is to establish your own brand. And you've lost all sense of a brand identity because you've entrusted it into a tool that's pushing out the exact same thing.
Those are strong words from professionals whose livelihoods depend on creativity. Because while AI has made it possible for almost anyone to design a flyer in seconds for free, many argue that speed has come at the cost of originality. The result? Marketing materials put out by businesses are beginning to look all the same. Brands that once set themselves apart are now blending into an endless stream of nearly identical content. And in marketing, looking like everyone else may be the fastest way to be forgotten. Benjamin Garcia from B Media has explained how his editors have learned to use ethical AI tools offered to serve over 20 clients.
B Media actually is one of those companies that welcome the use of AI, but the responsible use of AI. AI has certainly changed the way you create content, the way you write, the way we consume content. And I think that it's moving at such an unmanageable pace that Belizeans are now playing catch up. So that's the reason why you see a lot of the repetitive flyers out there and flyers from different companies that look almost the same because they're using AI. But at B Media, we welcome the use of AI. Not to that extent, but we do incorporate it here or there in our editing process and production and the way we come up with concepts and creating mood boards and color grading. There's a lot you can use AI for other than the obvious, which is what we see on social media, right?
For many professionals, AI isn't the enemy. The problem is the misuse of it. Marketing consultant Demi Williams believes too many people have turned AI into a shortcut instead of a starting point.
I think that the conversation about AI in graphic design is a little bit controversial because AI is still very much misunderstood. I think people are using AI as the end-all be-all of their marketing experience, and really what it's best for is to conceptualize what you want to put out there, not necessarily to generate it for you. We want AI to spoon feed us the information and it's like set it and forget it, and we've sort of pawned over like the authenticity of what we're putting out there by doing so.
Williams knows what authentic branding looks like. Her work can be seen across Belize from national campaigns and government projects to the Belize Music Festival and the annual September celebrations branding. She says successful design has never been about copying trends, but understanding them.
So I try to see what is trending within the industry that I'm working on. It's never a one-size-fits-all, and it's also doing a lot of research on what's happening outside of Belize. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to copy it either. So it's a lot of seeing what, if we're talking about like insurance, for instance, what is trending within the insurance landscape for Allstate, State Farm. Like, we're not big in those brands, but they're leading in those industries for a reason. So what inspiration can we draw from that? And that had been carrying me for a while, and then enter lovely AI. And that helps me to brainstorm my ideas. I'm not going to ask AI to create anything for me, but what's trending in these markets? It's a research tool. It's not a generation tool. So.
Still, the rise of AI created another fear. What happens to the traditional graphic designers and creatives?
But do you think AI jeopardizes job security for creatives?
It depends on how you position yourself in the use of the technology. Because if you look at it as something to be afraid of and not how it can help you, then you will be using your energy or mental state to just think about, I'm losing jobs, I can't find a way how to break from the AI overuse. Whilst you like how I'd use it is I've seen because of my extended years in the field, I've seen how certain tasks that used to take me an hour, 2 hours is now done in 5 minutes, maybe a minute. And that's how I use it. I use it to help me speed up the process of certain things.
You know, I always say that AI is not here to take anyone's job, but that job is going to be taken away from you by someone that uses AI. And so that's the reason why every team member at B Media has learned to use AI to simply be more productive and produce more content, to produce at a faster rate, to produce better content for our clients. So I don't know, at least on my end, that anyone is losing out of employment opportunities. If anything, on our end, we're trying to create more employment opportunities.
Graphic designers, it's a ticking time bomb, which is why I've had to change my scope entirely. And I'm not the only one that's doing that. So really and truly, what is left for us within the creative space is to use it for inspiration, to use it to help us brainstorm, which was its intended purpose all along.
Despite all this, AI has one warning, and that is that technology should never replace imagination. Because while artificial intelligence can generate thousands of images, generate an article, develop characters, and much more, it cannot replace a lived experience, and it cannot replace creativity from within. Artificial intelligence is no longer the future. It's already here, but the question remains. Will AI become a tool that enhances human creativity, or will convenience and cost slowly replace originality? Talisa Roberts, 7 News.